Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to Ask the Nanny. How is everyone doing tonight? Tonight, we are going to talk about time management. Now, I know personally, I used to be on it, organized, everything popping, got it going. Since COVID, oh my gosh, you talk about procrastination? It has become my best friend. It sits on my lap every day. So, this is my wake up call to me and to those of you who are out there struggling on the struggle bus, just like me, uh, with time management. Because I will find myself supposed to be doing one thing and then I start scrolling. Oh, that looks good. That looks, oh, let me come on. And then I'll see something else and I'm like, oh, let me go and completely forget I'm supposed to be making a post and getting out here and going to do something else. And then I look up, oh my God, where did all my time go? Yeah, that's me. So we're going to talk about time management tonight, but I want to share my friends with you, my fellow nannies and agency owners and entrepreneurs with you because all of us at some point in time have struggled with time management. And when you work as a nanny and you work in other businesses and life, and then the boss calls you and says, I need you in early. And like, but I was planning on, what happened to my sleep? So I'm going to let them introduce you to themselves and tell you a fun fact. Tell them about your businesses. And then we'll start talking. And while they're doing that, I want to find me on Ask the Nanny. I'm going to share this with my groups. And I hope that you all will too. Please share with your groups, your mom groups, your dad groups, your nanny groups, your friend groups, whatever groups that you're in. I know we're all having time management because the world has slowed down to almost a snail pace. We're picking back up. We're at a turtle now. We're not quite at the rabbit yet, but we have gone from the snail to the turtle, and we're approaching. That's just the way I'm a nanny. I have to do illustrations. I'm sorry. So, Ashley, we're going to start with you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ashley Shannon. I'm located in Atlanta, Georgia, and I currently operate a nanny agency called Plenty TLC Childcare Services. And I would say a fun fact about me would have to be that, I don't know. I hate the word fun because it's like all the stuff that comes to mind. You're like, that's not fun. That's not fun.
But some interesting facts about you. How about that?
So, I guess an interesting fact about me would be that I, although wasn't born in Georgia, I have been raised here since I was like 2 years old, and I am the oldest of 5. So, come from a big family.
Awesome. All right, Miss Felicia.
Hi, everybody. My name is Felicia Sutherland, and I am here in New Jersey, Central New Jersey to be specific. And I own a nanny placement agency called Honest Care Nanny Agency, and we help service families in the New Jersey area. A fun fact about me. Oh, boy. That's a good one. Oh boy, I like Ashley said, I feel like none of my facts are fun. I cheerleaded in college, having never cheerleaded before in my life.
Oh, really?
Well, actually, I cheerleaded in private school, 5th and 6th grade, but I don't really count that because it was private school. But I cheerleaded in college and then ended up being the captain and then the coach of the team after I graduated. So I think that's a fun fact.
That is.
That is a very fun fact.
And you said you didn't have anything.
Right.
Right? I just thought of it off the top of my head.
All right, I guess it's my turn.
It's your
Well,
turn.
my name is Sherry. I am the owner of the Nanny cards and the founder of the Fairy God Nanny Foundation. One fun fact about me. See, I really don't have any.
Y'all need to quit. Y'all need to quit.
No, you know what a fun fact is? That I've been to, what is the name of this place? My first time going to the Bahamas was last year for my anniversary.
Nice.
Oh,
So that's
nice.
my fun fact. I took a cruise for the first time in my life and went to the
Oh,
Bahamas.
Was it fun?
wow.
It was definitely fun.
I love cruises. My first time in
Ah.
the Bahamas was actually last year too. I went on a cruise for my birthday. It wasn't my first cruise though. I love, love, love cruises. Love cruises. Everyone should go on one.
Okay, see,
I'm terrified. I was terrified of cruises, and my husband convinced me that we're going on a cruise. We're going on a cruise. I'm like,
Oh,
I
he
always get
convinced you
seasick.
y'all going.
And
He
then
just told you. We're going.
that we're going on, and then we got some patches, and I stuck the patches all over me,
Oh
and then I was
yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
I think I would need the patches because if I take something, it might make me just fall asleep and I'll miss the whole cruise.
The patches
That-
work, believe me.
okay, well, I'm gonna have to get with you after this to find out what patches you use because, yeah,
Yeah.
my husband's talking about. Well, we're getting older, and we're gonna go. We're gonna go on a
Mhm.
cruise, and we're gonna go visiting places. And I'm like, okay, COVID. He's like,
Yeah. Now is the time to kind of be a little hesitant with the cruises, but
yes. I was like, okay. I got on an airplane for the first time this year a couple of weeks ago, and I was glad that it was like there were seats between us, and it's like, okay, I can do that. But yeah. But anyway, I'll get with you after this. Now, we're going to talk about time management. See how I was supposed to be talking about time management. I got distracted and started talking about that's what I'm talking about.
yeah.
Because y'all came to watch and see us talk about time management. You did not come to hear us continue to talk about the cruise and how we love the cruise. And see, I'm doing it again. Anyway, time management. It is so easy to get distracted. It is so easy to not stay on topic because, especially when you're at home, because the laundry needs to be
Mhm.
done. I need to cook this. Oh, I need a snack. Whereas if we were at work or doing something else or focus on something else, we wouldn't be snacking. It wouldn't be so easily and readily accessible because we'd be focused and doing what we were supposed to do.
Mhm.
I have a home office and I love my home office. But when I come in here, I see 50 million projects because I have an art bin over here. I have my vision board over here. I have my draw the circle board up here. I have a closet full of stuff and projects that I have started and have not completed. And they're in separate little containers. And yeah, so when I come in here to actually sit down, okay, I'm gonna write a blog today. I'm going to do this today. I'll get to looking across the room and be like, oh, I'm gonna have to finish that. Matter of
One day.
fact, wait a minute. Let me go see if I got all the pieces in there. And there I go. I'm done. What I sat down to do is not even done. It's not even started. I haven't pulled up the page yet because I sat down and looked the other way because it's like that procrastination just comes in. It's like, okay, I'm going to take up your brain now, and now we're going to do something else. And I get the
Mhm.
ooey gooeys about what's going on over there in the other side of the room. So I know I am not the only one. I
No,
know this. I know this. I know this.
Angela, that happens to me all the time, especially with most of our businesses are on social media.
Mhm.
And once you log in to, you go to respond to a message that you get a notification on your phone, and I go to respond to a message, and it opens up maybe my personal page, and I'm like, oh, my cousin is doing this. Oh, I got to say happy birthday to this one. And ooh, right, that's a cute dress. Oh, they're having a sale. And then I click on the link and I start streaming through the sales and see and putting stuff in my cart. And then I X out because I'm not going to really buy nothing. And then it's like it just keeps happening. It's like I just spiral out of control, and before you know it, like there's 30 minutes gone. What did I just do for 30 minutes?
Yeah.
Scrolling. Mm-hmm. So it happens to us.
And Ashley, what is your thing that you do?
Yeah, I would say, like she said, being on social media, I find that I'm most productive working on my laptop, but it's also very different being on social media on your laptop. Like for me, if I'm on my phone, there's a million other apps. There's text messages I can go through. There's pictures I get, like so many ways for me to get distracted. For me on my laptop, it's a lot easier for me to try to stay more productive, but there's limited things, that I can actually do on my laptop opposed to like posting and stuff on my phone. So I try to stay off my phone as much as possible because, like she said, you get a message, you get a notification, you get this, you get that. And even though you try to avoid it, it just takes one click and you're there and you're stuck.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Stuck like Chuck. That's all I can say. I'm stuck like Chuck. So Miss Felicia, what do you do? What is your little what I shouldn't say one thing. What is your biggest thing that you do that makes you lose track of time and not manage it well?
Oh gosh, biggest thing? I have several things. So working from home, my family has a staggered schedule. So my mom is home some days, she's home 2 days a week. My brother is home until 2. And so what happens is if we get into the kitchen together, I'm like, I have to do work. But then we start talking, and then 2 hours go by, and I'm like, I was supposed to do this, this, and this. And they're like, oh, okay, go do your work. But we're in such a, engrossed conversation. And, I'm not used to spending so much time with my family at home because I'm used to working multiple jobs and being from one family to the next nanny family to the next nanny family. And so being home with them, it's been like really nice. And like, I just want to talk to them all the time. But that also ends up just chewing up I'm like, wait, how did we get 2 hours in to a conversation and I need to go make some emails? You guys are not going to help me, so I have to go. So now I put a sign on my door that says, come back at 4:30, please.
Yes. You got to turn it into office life.
Now, when I have found lately, I had a come to Jesus meeting with myself. And if y'all don't know what a come to Jesus meeting is when you sit down and you just like, okay, look, this is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to do it. And this is what's going to happen. So I know that I have my time plan. And for the last 3 weeks, 4 weeks minus the week that I was away, I have been pretty much on target except for when it rained, like today. I didn't get my walk in, which kind of threw me off. And I went to vote. So please go do that. See, I voted.
Girly.
Do that. And it was the first time my husband and I voted together because the last time I was still registered in Arkansas, so I had to vote in Arkansas. He voted here in Texas. So it was the first time that we got to vote in general election together. Nice. So that was exciting. So that was on the agenda today. And he got up before me because he's working from home. And he actually has to report into an office. So I am the boss. So I'm reporting to me laying in the bed. So I'm like, okay, it's 7:54. You said you were going to vote at 8:00. I jump up running. I was done by 8:15. I had gotten, everything done and, washed the appropriate places and had clothes on and we went to vote. And the good thing we came early because the line was starting to form when we got there. We got in. We were actually inside 6 feet apart. But yeah, that I had on my agenda. And then I had walking next on my agenda. But before we could get back home, it started raining. So then I started cooking. And I know y'all probably saw all my cooking because my husband came home and said, well, and I was like, okay, I don't cook when he's not here. So if he's home and I'm like, okay, so let me cook this, and this. I had that on the agenda. But even having that on the agenda, I was like, okay, so I was gonna slow cook the meat, and then I was gonna cook the deviled eggs, and I had that all done, and the eggs went there. I said, okay, at 2 o'clock I'm gonna do this, and 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock I'm gonna do this. I did it pretty much on schedule today. I was pretty much on schedule today, but will say that while those eggs was boiling, I could have been doing something else that I'm gonna have to do after I get off of here. And I was just sitting there on, oh yeah, let me post this on Facebook. Let me crop this picture and put it on there.
Yeah.
My friend, she'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But I stayed on task. I did better than I was doing before because it was like I wouldn't even leave the house. I was I had to go to the grocery store. I was not leaving the house, and it got to the point, and I know it's because I have real bad sinus problems. I broke my nose when I was like 16 years old, and wearing glasses for so long, and it rests right here, and then that mask comes right there, and it's like I can't breathe because it's like taking your nose like this, and you're going underwater. That's the way I feel, and my anxiety kicks up, and I can't breathe. So I've learned to stay at home.
Yeah.
I used to be, if you saw me, I was out in public doing something, finding something, searching for something, hardly ever at home. Now, you ain't gonna find me outside the house. If you see me, it's a rare occasion. So being at home has taken up so much of that time of finding stuff to do. And then Amazon.
Prime
Okay.
Day.
Can I say that?
You don't even
Amazon.
gotta say no more.
I got the
I
app,
love.
and then they sent me Kimberly said, well, why don't you apply to being an influencer? I'm like, yeah, I can do that. I buy from Amazon all the time. So I applied. I didn't think nothing of it. They said, ta-da, you have a store now. So I'm supposed to be, now I got this a week and a half ago. I'm supposed to have stuff all in my store so I can have it up so everybody can shop from my store because I'm an influencer. That's what I've been doing. Looking for stuff for me to buy instead of doing filling my store. And I'm like, get the list so you can get paid, girl. Come on now. And I have 4 or 5 different lists. I got 2 of them with like 200 or something things in it. Babies and what is it? Babies and books. Those are my things. I was supposed to have cookware and house stuff around the house. Babies and books. It has like 60 books in one thing and like 200 something baby stuff in the other. So guess what? I'm launching tomorrow, and I'll fill out the other list will come as I go. I will force myself. If I finally launch, I will force myself to do it, and that's what I have to do. Throw it out there, and then run behind it and trying to catch it because I know if I don't put it out there, I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna be happy to sit here like in front of the computer. Oh, okay. What game was it I was playing? Okay, kill him. Come on, get him. And it's just like my brain just went into okay. I can't push this little mouse fast enough to catch that little centipede game. I love that game. So instead of playing the centipede game, I'm going to be racing to get stuff into my cart, into my list tomorrow because I'm launching my store tomorrow.
Yeah.
Any of y'all had that problem? I mean, will you have to force yourself to do something in order for it to work?
Yes. I feel like
Yes.
my biggest dilemma, especially, is like I work full time, not in the industry that I'm cultivating a business in. So it's hard for me after, I go to work all day, a whole 8-hour shift. And although 8 hours is small compared to the 24 hours we have, it's like, it doesn't feel like it. So for me, it's trying to make sure that I use the free time that I do get wisely and productively, because by the end of my shift and by the time I get home and it's, sun is down, I'm honestly in chill mode, like, because I got to get up and do this again tomorrow. So it's like, that's my biggest dilemma, is being able to, find times of the day to get the stuff done. But like you said, because I don't have that, it's like I make a to-do list, and then I have this to-do list, and I may knock little stuff off here and there. I'm leaving all the big stuff. I'm knocking out the little stuff, feeling accomplished, like, okay, I did that, leaving all the big stuff that I don't actually really want to do. So but like you said, it gets to a point where you just have to do it. And then it's like, okay, I'll have to deal with the after once I've done it now, because now I have no choice. But instead of it just sitting on my to-do list, it's just going to sit there. So like you said, I have to do it and follow up with it after it's out there and done. But it's very difficult finding use of my time. And when you said, like, you schedule out your day, I feel like that probably would be so helpful for me. But like I said, I'm at work from 7:20 to 3:20, and then I don't make it back home until like 4:30. So at that point, it's afternoon time, and I could schedule out like that time of what, I should be doing for my business. But it's like, I want a nap, and that little nap, by the time I wake up from that, it's 7 o'clock, now I'm gonna eat. Now I'm about to watch a show. It's hard. It is hard. And, I try to multitask in my downtime too, but being so tired from the day, it's just like, what? I don't want to think about it right now. So I'm definitely trying to get more productive and more efficient with my time, the time that I do have outside of my full-time job. But it's hard. And I recently too, a big thing I've had to do to try to help me wrangle in my time management is kind of let go some of the extra stuff I'm doing. Even if it's bringing me a little bit of money here and there, I have to look at the bigger picture. So I've actually recently, 2 families that I work with, it's fairly small part-time hours, but it was kind of just like, hey, to myself, I had to tell myself, like, I could be better using this time and investing it into myself and what I need to get done. Like, I may miss the income from that, but when I actually put myself into my business and what I've got going on, that will be worth much more in the end. So that's been my biggest thing right now, is kind of just cutting off things that I can afford to cut off and allowing some more free time for me to do what it is I need to do, or maybe give myself a little bit more of the me time so I have more energy for business time, so that's been my biggest thing right now. It's just unfortunately having to be like, sorry, I have the availability, but I don't have the free time. So sorry, so that's been my biggest thing right now.
Yeah, my same thing too. It's just like, like I mentioned earlier, you don't want to say no, right?
I hate it.
But and that's me. I'll say yes to everything and I'll do it. And then I'm like, oh, I should have been doing this, or I should have been doing that. But one of the things I believe K. Crystal Gale shared with me was that the One Thing book. And she was telling me that this book is like a game changer and it'll help you to accomplish the goals that you've set out for yourself. And I know, Ashley, you mentioned the big things. That's the same thing with me. I make my list, and then I check off all the little things. You get those things because those were easy and you feel accomplished. You have 3 more things on your list, but there are 3 big things that's going to probably take up too much of your time, or you just don't want to do it or get started with it now. But I think, I'm just putting it out there. If you want to check that book out, I'm going to be checking it out and see what I can learn from it and what can I get from it. Because with doing I work full time too, working full time, 3 kids, 10 hours a day, and come home and have to work on designs for the nanny cards and reaching out to people to collaborate and reach out to places and write emails and respond, and Nanny Till Is Giving and the Fairy Godmother Foundation and being a wife and So, you
It's a
know,
lot.
and
and
Right.
it's a lot to
And the list
balance.
goes on.
So when I check off those three little things, I was like, "Woo, I did it!"
Right.
And but
Yes.
no, it's not enough. And you deep down inside, you really haven't done
Right. Yeah. Deep down, I'm shaming
you
myself.
could have
Like,
done better.
girl, stop it.
anything. Right? Because you could do better.
But we gonna roll with that tonight.
Yes,
My show
yes.
is on.
Yep. Like, look,
That sounds like me. Oh, I'm gonna be. What time is it? Okay, hold on. We do this and that. Felicia.
Yeah.
I definitely struggle with like doing the to-do list. I actually have my to-do list right here, and like you can't see it, but there's 10 things on the to-do list. I have accomplished 2.5 things because I forced myself. I literally forced myself today to stay in the room and do the harder things. But then, being an agency owner, so I used to work part-time, but this month I just decided, I was like, look, my contract ended as a nanny. I'm not going to renew another contract. And that was one of the biggest things, saying no, because I had several families ask me. I had a family ask me to move to Florida with them for just about 6 weeks or so. And I was just like, I really want to help you, but I vowed that, this is going to be focus time for the agency. So as an agency owner, your phone rings, and if you don't have an assistant, which I don't have, like right now, I don't have a full-time assistant or something that can help me. I'm doing things on my to-do list, but then the phone rings and it's a potential client. And then you get on this call, and then you're talking to them for 45 minutes. And then next thing you know, you're talking to another client, and then somebody else calls, and I'm like, it's 4 o'clock. Hence why I have 2.5 things done on my list, because I've been on the phone nonstop. So, that's just that's my struggle. And what I've had to do, I'm listening to Ashley say her show is on. I've had to cut out like TV for the week. So I have changed. I know it's hard. It's
It
hard.
is true.
But I've had to tell myself, because I'm the type of person where once I start watching TV, I'll be like, oh yeah, I'm going to watch TV and I'm going to do this while I'm watching the Netflix. No, Netflix is watching me and I'm watching Netflix, and the computer is
you
watching me
begin to
like you
chill.
have done nothing.
Yeah, computer's on sleep mode. Like, all right, I'm gonna cut off now. She ain't by her business.
Okay.
Exactly. So I've had to say no to like Netflix during the week, unless I've had a really rough day and I just, I'm going to do an hour. But I've had to, stop it, where only on Friday and Saturday, or Saturday and Sunday, then I just kind of binge watch, and it's really hard because Netflix just put on all my favorite shows, like Girlfriends and Half. And I'm just like, really? Now you want to put all these shows on? I could spend 3 whole days just sitting here watching Netflix. But it's just it's for the greater cause, and we got to just stick to our guns and really be like, no, not today.
I may have to try that one. I'm gonna have to try it. I'll see.
Baby steps.
Yeah.
Baby steps.
Okay, let me say hello to some people. Hello, Sonia. Carbolito. I think that's how you pronounce your name. Thank you for watching. Hello, Elizabeth Sunbaby and Tanya Linton Potter. Hello, Jessica Matthew and Jenny Diana Ring. Okay, I am butchering names. I'm just gonna call you first name, okay? How about that? Hello, Keith Nikki Blair. And hello, Pearl Spence. Yes.
That's my mama.
That's your mama? Hey, Mama Pearl. How you doing? Okay. Anyway, thank you all for watching. And for those of you who are watching on YouTube, thank you all for tuning in too. Mama Pearl says, hey, Sherry.
I do like Sarah's comment where she said she doesn't feel guilty about saying no anymore. It actually makes people appreciate when you're free. And I
Yes.
have actually realized that when I do have to tell families, like, no, I'm not available. Sorry. They're like, darn. But please, the next time they're like, yes, finally. We were hoping you would be available, because a lot of times people are just like, oh, she's always going to be available. She's always going to be available, especially when you get into the habit of just saying yes all the time. But it's very hard for me. It's like I don't really do anything else, and I sometimes even use babysitting and stuff like that as an escape from what I need to do. It's like, oh, I need to go. I'm gonna go make money. Okay, yeah, that's my main calling. Oh yes, let me go get that real quick. Knowing there's so many other stuff that I could be doing. So it's like it's whether it's TV, more work that isn't the work I need to be doing. It's easy to find a way to get you off track, and you really have to buckle down.
And see, that's why I'm trying. I've always had 2 or 3 families, but now I'm starting to work smart and not hard. And I can afford to let go of all that other stuff. I have like 5 or 6 different streams of income coming in there right now. And one of them is Amazon that I need to get on because I'm not making $0 right now. But I have a YouTube channel that I've been cultivating for the last 3 or 4 years. I have Amazon. I have a
jam.
Hello. Jam that I do. I do recipes galore. I read stories and I post them. I used to post them on my page, and now I only post them on YouTube. But I'm going to start posting them back on my page because that drives people to my YouTube channel, which makes people read, which brings me in more money. So there's a method to my madness. Know if it's you, Felicia. I know you do story time, but girlfriend got to make money too. So
I feel you. There is enough children in the world that need to hear stories, and
that is so true.
But it's like I have different streams of income that I do so that and I do my baby boot camp. I have one just this month, a couple of weeks ago, my All Things Baby Boot Camp, which brings in a stream of income. And I work with brand new parents. I do parent consultations, at least 1 or 2 a week. So I have streams coming through, and it may be little bits coming through, but all those little bits add up to the salary that I will be making driving way out to somebody's house and spending the night and coming back home and sleeping all day long and not having time to do anything else. So working from home and doing things virtually, I even sleep train virtually.
Oh, wow.
Didn't think I could do that until a mom called me, had a 4-month-old. You know that 4-month-old sleep regression? Girl, we got that baby sleeping. I was empowered. I felt very empowered because I did this with a new mom virtually. And I was like, yeah, I got this. I can do this. So, yeah. So it matters what you do. And when you have those streams of income, that's why I specifically got some entrepreneurs, because y'all know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm referring to. When you have all your streams of income coming in, it makes it easier, even if it's just a once a month payment. It makes it easy if that significant once a month payment is coming in, because you know when it's gonna drop, and you're like, okay, so on this day I'm gonna pay this, this, and this. On this paycheck I'm gonna pay this, this, and this, and that, and this, and this, and it is awesome. And I'm just saying, you can do a whole lot more when you got money working for you while you are asleep.
Yeah.
And if you have, when you post, I know you all post regularly on your news feed on Facebook and on Instagram and Snapchat and what else? Twitter and wherever else you post, moms groups. dad's groups, wherever it is that you're posting. It makes a difference when somebody comes by and they see that and they're like, oh, let me call her. Oh, let me call her. Matter of fact, um, Miss Ashley put up something about Crystal, and somebody came and signed up for her.
Yeah.
I've had several people. Well, so and so told me that you have this and you have that. Yes, I do. So how can I help you?
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like referrals, and it helps when you have a community, a sisterhood that is working with you behind the scenes and helping
Mm-hmm.
to build your business. We are
Yeah.
helping each other build each other's business, and that helps too, because when we do that, it not only streams your income, but it also makes you a and okay, so if you want my business, you want referrals, okay. So how much is it worth to you? And and then there, a lot of businesses have affiliate programs. So if you refer somebody, you get 15% or whatever that person pays for the first time or whatever the case may
Right.
be. So those little bitty things, I don't care if it's $10, $15, those little bitty things add up. So what I'm saying is, in order to do all of that, in order to manage different streams of income, you got to have some time management. You got to put some time in all of them.
Mm-hmm.
You got to go to work,
That's
basically.
right.
Yeah.
You
You
got to
leave
go.
work and then you go to work.
Yeah.
I was just talking to a family member of mine earlier tonight, and I said, "Look, when I clock out at 6, I got to clock back in at 6:30 because I got to start working for myself after I'm done working for somebody else. So I have no time to be, messing around and doing all types of stuff to be distracted. So one of the things I'm learning to do is like try to really focus on the business, knowing that my time from when I get home, when I clock in, I treat it just like I treat my regular job. If I clocking at this time, this is work time. I'm going to be working from 6 to 10, working on my business. I have my list of things to do. These are the things I need to accomplish within that 3.5 hours. Everything after that, it's going to start over again tomorrow. But like you said, the problem is like when you get on to promote your business on these different platforms, you easily get distracted. So another thing that I've also done was set alarms on my phone. I have about 20 alarms on my phone to catch me back. Oh, I should be on this number thing on my to-do list at this time. And so it will alert me and say, hey, you need to be onto this. And you look at your list and you're like, oh, I'm two I'm 2 items away. I need to catch up. And so that I don't have to keep pushing things over onto the to-do list for tomorrow, because then the list is just going to keep growing.
I like that. I really like that.
Yeah.
I like that too. There are so many ways that we can um, re- reclaim our time. So there are so many ways, and I like your idea about the alarms and being on time. When I worked as a nanny, a travel nanny, I say travel nanny, I mean I was the travel nanny, meaning that I went from Maryland, DC, and Virginia. It depended on the day of the time of the day as to where I was. So I had to be mindful of time. I had to know where I was supposed to be. I had a color coded uh, planner, so I would write in the name. Every family member, every family that I worked with, I had 9 different families. I had 9 different colors, so I knew where I was supposed to be and at what time. I could just glance at my planner. I'm like, okay, that's little Timmy. Let me go over here to Timmy's house. Oh, yep, that's Susie over here. Let me go over here to Susie's house. I knew exactly where I was supposed to be. when I was supposed to be there simply because of the color coding. So that may be a way to keep you uh, doing what you need to do, because my
Yep.
businesses, Ask the Nanny has a red color. My jam has the purple color. My the third parent is orange. I have um, my parenting class that is brown. At, each one has a different color. So I look at
Mm-hmm.
my day planner. I know what I'm supposed to do. I know what I am supposed um, to put out there. On Sunday, to jump ahead, I have my reel for Tuesday's tip already ready to go. All I have to do is upload it, add music, put some words on there, my thoughts and ideas, and roll it at midnight tonight. So tomorrow, all I got to worry about is cooking. I already have my ingredients for my cooking show sitting out on the counter. So I've been rolling. I've been
Yeah.
putting these together. So it makes it more efficient for me if it's already done. I already thought about it. I was at the store. Well, why not get it now while you're at the store? Time management instead of going home and thinking about it and saying, what am I going to cook tomorrow? I don't know. Let me see. And then I'm rolling back to the store when it's busy at 5 o'clock in the evening. And then what I needed, I could have gotten that morning. So it's little things that you have to think about and adjustments. Instead of taking 3 or 4 trips a day, go out one time. Everything that you need at one time. So when you go, it's like, okay, I got this. That one trip to 3 or 4 different stores instead of coming home in between, because you got to go back out to it and then come back. Well, you were already out, and you were closer to it when you were already out instead of coming all way back home. The alarms on the clocks, the writing things down, have a schedule of things, like your to-do list. Like Ashley said, I got a to-do list, and
Mm-hmm.
actually do the to-do list.
Right.
I have started doing the hard things first,
Mm-hmm.
because the easy things, oh, it's kind of like a throwaway. Oh, I'm sitting here watching TV. Okay, oh, done. And I can
Yeah.
still sit here and watch my TV without thinking about, man, I got a blog to do. That means I got to sit down. I got to think about it. And your brain is like, I don't want to do that right now. At least that's
Mm.
why my brain is going. But if you do the hard things first and they're out of the way, and that's the way I take tests. I take my
Mhm.
test, I get the hard ones out of the way, because I know I'll have time to go back and do the easy ones. I won't have time to go back and do the hard ones because they take up the most time. So I take up
Mm-hmm.
what's going to take up the most time. That's what I do first instead of doing the easy ones. I probably do it opposite the way that everybody teaches to do it, but that's just my system. So y'all got any time management
One of the things I
tips?
also do is have two separate like planners for each thing, your personal planner, your business planner. And so you separate them. And like you said, for you, Angela, you said you color code them. Well, I know like I what I did with the nanny cards was create business hours. After this particular hour, I'm not doing business with as far as customers is concerned. But I also use it as a guideline to know when to cut off working on nanny cards and try to see what I'm going to do either for my professional work as a nanny or for the Fairy God Nanny Foundation. So it's good to, separate each entity and make them their own so you can focus on one thing at a time, which goes back to that same book, The One Thing. So that's what I'm trying to get to.
I was going to actually ask about planners
That
because
one
I
thing.
feel like for me, when I get a planner, I'm super excited. I'm ready to use it and I will use it faithfully for, a little bit of time. But after that, I don't know, for some reason, I just cannot stick with the planners. And I know, like, for me, I'm big on writing notes in my phone and like putting dates in my calendar in my phone. But I would like to be better at like more physical copies of things, because like I said, even stuff that I'm writing for my business, like you have your to-do list on a sheet of paper, and it's like, I'm like, dang, I wish I did stuff like that. But mine's is like, it's in my phone, which it makes it harder. And I don't know why I can't stick with the on the paper, but I see how it could be so much more helpful. But when you're saying this, I'm like, how two separate ones? So when you open them, are you opening both on the same page so that you can see? Because it's like, if you have something on this one, how would it just seems so difficult to I can barely handle one, and you talk about having three. I'm like, whoa.
Right. So the thing is, like, you have to plan ahead. Like, what do you have? I ask myself, what do I have coming up for the nanny cards, or what do I have coming up for this? And on Sundays, we're in, like, most of us are in the content and chill where you start to create content. So that Sunday, I create a to-do list. Like, who am I talking to this week? Who I need to call? Who I need to email for each one? And I sit down with both planners in front of me, and I get my sticker sheet out. My stickers motivate me. I'm like a kid in a candy store. Just like, when the kids get their stickers, how excited they are. Yeah. I got adult stickers, so I go crazy with the stickers on my page and make it look pretty. And so once I get those out, I just get my pen. I'm like, oh, this week I have to get this done. This has to be, I put deadlines, and they're in red, and I highlight. And so, I go from one planner to the next so that I'm not overlapping or I'm not missing something.
Right. Yeah.
So I make sure like the hours like match, like they match, and I'm falling right into place, and I do make time for myself. Like Sundays, don't ask me nothing. Don't call me. Don't bother me. That's the day off. Okay.
I feel you. That's what I've been trying to do too. I've been scheduling Sundays as like, that is meal prep day. And I used to religiously do it. Now that I've transitioned from being a nanny to being home all the time, I'm slowly adjusting. But yeah, Sundays is like, I've made a new calendar on my whiteboard that says, Honest Care Nanny Agency is 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday, or Monday through Saturday, actually. And then after 6 p.m., I have several side hustles that I do. So I schedule that for after 7 p.m. on like Monday, Tuesday, Friday, Saturday. And then I do longer days on like Wednesday and Thursday for the agency, more groups and doing like meetings like this and stuff like that. And then Sunday I have designated where it's either my godkids or meal prepping and laundry, because another important thing is like our personal life. And I have 4 godkids, and I have no time to spend with them during the week, but they're not going to stay young forever. So I want to maximize this time. So my focus is like implementing where, okay, we're going to do at least 1 or 2 Sundays a month where it's going to be just time with them so that they still benefit. Because as a nanny, you care for so many other kids, and it's just like you give yourself to all these other kids, but then the children in your family sometimes kind of suffer because they don't get all that time because you're always working. And it's like, oh, you do fun things with other people's kids, but
exactly.
But one
I feel the same way.
I've had, oh yeah. One tip that I've had for myself is using like scheduling platforms. So I use this thing called Zoho. I don't know if everybody knows about it, but like there's several different, I guess, multi-management apps. So with Zoho, they have a social platform where you can schedule your social media posts for LinkedIn, for Facebook, for Instagram. And so that, like, discovering that has helped me save so much time, because now what I'm trying to do and trying to continue to implement is having the ideas for the next 3 months where, you schedule the post. And then if something comes up, I can easily, because what I find is when I go on Instagram and I go on Facebook, once I open it, I get just lost. And so with the social platform, I don't have to look at Facebook. I can see everybody's comments, I can see everybody's shares, and I don't have to get lost in the news feed. I'm just focusing right on whoever has messaged me there or whoever has commented, and I can comment right back there. So it's not like, oh, okay, oh, they did a cute reel. Oh, they have a story. Oh, let me watch this video because I love that lady Tabitha, and she does like the vegan lady.
I do too.
I love watching her, but I could get lost in her feeds because I'm just like, oh, that's a cool recipe. Oh, she's so funny. And like, again, 2 hours go by and you're just lost. So, and that's like making a spreadsheet. So I don't know if you guys can see it, but like, this is a spreadsheet from Excel and I just printed it out. So it literally has like the activities that I want to post. I set up where, the blog posts that I want to do for the month or stuff like that. So trying to just have things mapped out for the month, it has really helped, maximize the time so that I'm not doing those little tiny things every single day where I can, be doing nanny profiles or something else like that I need to get done for the agency. So I think that definitely like maximizing management platforms so that you're not getting lost on social media is definitely something that I feel like anybody can benefit from. And there's several different platforms. I've heard of like 17 hats or something like that. So there's so many different platforms that you can use.
Oh, wow.
And especially as an agency owner or, a business owner, when you have social media or you have email, and like, if there's a place that you could do all of it all in one, then why not? So you don't have to keep going from, because I'm notorious for having 15 tabs open on my computer and then just hopping back.
Yes. Facebook actually, they have Facebook, Instagram. They've just come out with a thing like that. Yes. I have 3 separate browsers open. I can't even count how many is in each. But Facebook, they actually came out with one that's like that, and it's called Business Suite. And I've been using that, and it will combine your Facebook and your Instagram business pages into one, and you go on there. I'm like, this is amazing. So that does help with not having to actually click into the app and getting lost in all the extra. I can see my messages, see my comments. I can see whatever ads I have going on, how that's doing, and all that stuff all in just one spot. So it's great. I do think that that's very helpful.
I was just getting ready to mention
I've definitely used Business Suite.
Yeah, because I will go in, even on Instagram, when I do a reel or I do I go intentionally go to Instagram first, write out everything, type in who I'm tagging in the post. I write out all the hashtags and everything, and then when it comes to share, it says share with, and I have like all these pages. I'm like, okay, share right here on Facebook, and ding, one post. I'm done, out of there. And it is so, yes, even on YouTube, I can upload my things to YouTube and hit schedule. And even Facebook will let you schedule things. And you can just schedule them as you get them. I'm like, okay, I want this to come out this time on that day. This time, and I have done it before in the past, and it was so easy. But when you get at home, you just you get kind of scatterbrained. But I am getting back to that because I found that even though I may have more time on my hands now, I would really like to spend some of that time doing stuff for me. My husband, I've been up and down all day long. And when we're getting ready to eat dinner, he said, "You're going to sit down and watch some TV. You're going to have some you time, right? Before you go do your show." I said, "Yes, I'm going to sit down and watch some TV." And so I sat down and I watched 2 episodes of Living Single. Now, y'all know how old that was, like 1990s. So I watched 2 episodes that is still funny to me today, as it was. And I mean, the characters, back then when I watched it, I was like, oh, now watching like, okay, this is so predictable, but it's still funny. But
But
you
it's
know,
still
it,
relevant. That's the crazy
yes,
thing.
it's still
Yeah.
relevant. And I saw myself and I said, you know what? I needed that. Sometimes I just need to laugh. Sometimes I just need to, that's my me time to myself because I'm in front of the computer or I am in front of the camera or in front of whatever, my phone, doing
Mhm.
stuff, going live, doing whatever and trying to be relevant to
Right.
what's going on in my life, what I have scheduled because every day I have something on my schedule. And I have not, and I noticed that I have not scheduled me time on my calendar in a long time. And I used to schedule it because I was doing overnight. I was like, okay, this weekend, my day off, I'm doing nothing. In the middle of the night, when I'm taking care of babies and I'm sitting there and I'm watching the baby, so I will step out and because my that blue light on my phone, I'm standing right outside the door and I'm typing and I'm putting this and I'm putting something will come to my brain in the middle of the night and I'll start typing. I'm like, okay, I gotta get this down before I forget. And then I'll end up creating a whole post, typing it in, posting it, scheduling it to post, and it comes through the next day while I'm sleeping. I miss those days because I was very productive, but I don't miss those days because I was tired as all
Oh,
get out.
Yeah.
So scheduling time for yourself, that is important to put on your schedule. It is important to find some time to laugh. I I have nothing on Wednesdays. So Wednesday is my self-care day. Wednesday is when I go and I do my walk and I come back and I wash my hair. I use that body scrub stuff every Wednesday. I was like, it's time to exfoliate. And that's what I do. Wednesday uh
Self
is
care
my
day.
day and my self-care day. And if I post something, it's already scheduled. It's already to come out. Or I have gone and done something on Wednesday for myself and like, look what I did today. Yeah, I had some fun. Because it's not just about business, it's about personal. People like to see that you are personable, that you do have a life outside of business. Because if you just business, 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 they don't
Mm-hmm.
want to see you coming. If I can't relate to you, I'm not going to buy from you. I'm not going to come to you and say, well, I know you understand what I'm going through because I've seen you post it. I've seen you, and it's not just good things. You have to post the bad things. I posted something the other day um, because my husband was telling me about a story of somebody he knew, and they were talking to him, and um, 2 or 3 days later, the man committed suicide.
Ooh.
And it was like they didn't know. And it was like you don't know when people are doing having a cry for help. You have no idea. Be nice, be kind, and ask me how I'm doing. And don't just accept, oh, I'm fine. And that kills me. Oh, I'm blessed and highly favored. Oh, that works my last term. I understand that. But how are you really doing? Because I am concerned about you. And if you need my help, if you need a listening ear, if you need me um to just sit there and you can scream and yell and do whatever you need to cry, whatever, whatever you're doing, just um say something to me. Listen to me. And if I tell you I need help, don't just say, oh, really? Okay, so what you need help with? And don't just say, oh, if you need anything, and you know how we always say, if you need anything, let me know. No, don't just say, if you need anything, let me know. If you know somebody has been sick, go back and check up on them. Take a moment.
yeah.
Oftentimes I scroll through my Facebook Messenger and I'll see somebody's name. I say, "Oh, she was sick a couple of weeks ago. Let me check." You came across my mind. I'm checking in on you. How are you doing? And they'll either say, "Oh, I'm fine," or whatever the case may be. But most people, when you're genuine and you honestly do it, not just on occasion, but you constantly every 2 or 3 weeks are checking up on them. You create a pattern. She's gonna come. Pretty soon she's gonna check up on me,
Right.
and it actually makes a difference because people want to share their woes as well as their joys. I spoke with someone today. I hadn't spoken with her in like 2 or 3 weeks, maybe a month, and wouldn't you know it, today she's like, "Oh, I almost called you over the weekend. Guess what? This happened, that happened, this happened, that happened. Oh my God." And I'm sitting here in tears because I know what she has been through. I know, I'm talking about 2 surgeries during COVID. I know what she has been through. So when she was telling me all this exciting news and everything that she said, and thank you so much for praying for me. Thank you so much for checking up on me. Thank you so much for just having a kind ear. Be that person because you never know. You may be the person that they are clinging to for life.
Yeah.
Be that person. Take that
Yeah.
time. That's part of time management too. Take the time to not only care for you, but care for your loved ones, care for your friends. Check up on them. Make sure that they are really okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna step
Yeah,
off my
like Crystal
soapbox because
said,
I got
ask
past.
and
I got.
actually care.
I got this down. I'm just like, oh.
Yeah, Crystal said ask and actually care. And I think that that's big because, like you said, we know that most people are moving so fast in their lives that when they do ask or they check in on you, I don't want to say it's insincere, but they're just looking for that quick, oh, I'm good, or oh, blessed and highly favored, and we keep it moving. And most people, they don't want to put that on you. But when you make it known that, hey, I'm here to support you, I'm here to listen to you, I'm here as a genuine friend, and whenever, even because I feel like, we move so fast, but I think if a friend called me and genuinely need me, I can drop everything, to be there for that friend or associate, whoever, because, like you said, you never know what people are going through and what difference you can make in a few seconds. So it's like, as much as you try to be attentive to your business, as much as you try to be attentive to yourself, like you said, you have to take the time to still be attentive to those around you who you love and care for. So
Yes, we are a community. We are a sisterhood. We are family, friends, whatever you want to call yourself. We are connected. We may not talk to each other every day. And it's not necessary because we never get any work done. But we also need to connect. We also need to have, especially with COVID, we need to have those connections because you don't know how many times I have sat here in my own home and everybody thought, oh, she got it together. She got it together. Oh, and I'm usually the one that checks on everybody else.
Right.
I had one of my friends, she sent me a message. She said, I know you probably gonna lie to me and tell me you're fine, but you just hit my mind real hard today. Tell me the truth. Are you really fine? That made me cry because I'm like, no, I'm not okay. I'm suffering over here. I can't live my life the way I want it. And I just went, just like broke down in tears. But you know what? Once it was all over with and I got all that off of me, I felt a whole lot better. I was like, thank you. I needed that.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's all you need is somebody just like break down and just like had an ugly cry, get it all out. Because to me, crying is cleansing. Getting that hurt out, crying that hurt out is cleansing to me. And she took the time to just say, don't lie to me. Your true friends will tell you, don't lie to me.
That's right, because they know you.
Yeah.
Don't tell me you okay and I know you're not okay.
Yeah, right. Don't ask me what I need afterwards because that was enough. Thank you.
I didn't need any. I just needed to cry for like 5 minutes.
I just need somebody to listen, Right.
Yeah. And now I can continue with a regular schedule.
Yes.
And I can
now back to our regular schedule program.
I'm not out here complaining and boo-hooing, but you asked me, so I shall tell what was going on over here.
Crystal says, I asked a bunch of nannies in December last year their intention word for the year. I've rechecked with every single one of them 3 times. It matters, especially knowing that someone really does care. Yes, it does, Crystal.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. You have said a mouthful, my girl.
I know. I
You
got
have said a
chills with
mouthful.
that.
It really
And that's
does
something.
care. And go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna
You were
say,
saying
even
something?
like as agency owners, that's something that's also important for the nannies in your circle, like in your pool. So like on social media, there's a community, but also like why I started my nanny agency was because I felt like, nobody really cared. Like they were like, oh, you came to apply for a job, you didn't get it, or you did, cool. But your nannies that are in your circle or in your pool is important too, because it lets them know that like they matter to you and their lives. So
Mhm.
like I've always been a person that, I'm always asking and trying to help every friend and family member that I can. And sometimes I have to step back and remember, like, you can't give all of yourself away. But
Mhm.
when you interview nannies, like remembering that, oh, they have a kid, and maybe checking in to see, oh, how's your kid doing, how's your family doing, like, oh, they just got newly married, like trying to connect with them and remind them that you are a person, they are a person, and that you care about them, not just as a potential employee or as an employee of your company, but as an individual. And it builds a connection that really is something that can be valued, and they can feel valued in themselves as just human beings. So and you start to build friendships if you can keep that connection long enough. So it's definitely, I think that's so important.
Yes.
Yeah, just keeping connected.
Yeah, I think with Crystal, when she
Yes.
says, like she checked in 3 times, I think that first time you may get yeah, everything's great, I'm on track. That second time, they may be a little bit more transparent, like, oh, girl,
Mhm.
I'm sorry. By the third
It's
time,
been
you're that
wild.
person's, I'm about to really vent to you about what's really been going on. When you continue to check in with them and it becomes more genuine and sincere, that first time it's like, okay, she's just asking me how it's going because I told her this was my word of the year. Let me go ahead and let her know. But when you continue to check it, it's like, okay, well, this person really is, standing behind me and supporting me. And they're wanting to know if I'm struggling, if I'm doing well, if I'm, whatever. So that's just always, it's helpful to have. Because like we just said, the friend who's like, tell me the truth, everybody doesn't have that. So her one check-in, it may be the time where you just got to let it all out, like, okay, and then be done
And
with it.
you
So,
never know
Mhm.
what chapter you walked in on.
right.
Mhm.
Because you walked in on, shoot, I just earned my first NCS check. Yes, I got my first this. I did this. I'm in a celebratory mood. That
Right.
second time, oh well,
Mm.
it's a little tougher, this job wasn't what I thought it was. And,
Yeah.
by that third time, girl, I lost my job. I lost my dog. I lost my man. I lost my this. My car is stopped. It's not working. You just lost everything. And you just at the wit's
Mhm.
end, and somebody checking in is like, oh, thank you so much. Because I sure need to get this out.
Yeah.
Tomorrow may be a different day. Okay, let me say hello to everybody that just came in. Hello, Gadelia and Georgia and George. And let's see. Hello, Hector. How are you? Hi, Juliana and Sashi and Jennifer D. And Delia, Joseph. Hi, Gail Ann. Hello, Lucretia. How are you? Hi, Patsy. Okay, I'm not even gonna mess with your last name. Hello, Gail Preston. Hi, Crystal. Thank you all for watching. Hi, Kareem. How are you? Yes, we do need to take better care of ourselves and take better care of one another. Um,
Mhm.
Hello, Helena Butcher and Marie Blackwell and Keisha Spencer. Hi, Gloria, all the way over there from, I think she's in Bali. I think she's in Bali.
Oh wow.
Uh,
Wow.
hello, Medha. I think I'm saying that right. Let's see. Hi, Faria, Faria Charlie. Okay. I am sorry. I am butchering you all's names. I apologize. Thank you for watching. Thank you for coming and for watching us. Okay, so we're going to wrap this up now. One last, let's see. We had somebody said good insights, Crystal. Keisha says good insights, Crystal. And okay, that one was blank. I don't know. But so get you a planner, set some timers, some alarms. Um, make sure that you stay on track. When you go out, make your trip purposeful and not just go back and forth, back and forth. Do some research before you leave the house. Going to get it, make sure it's at that store before you go all the way out there. That's a waste of time. What else did we say? Hootsuite, Zoho.
What was that other one you just said?
Zoho Social.
Zoho and Business Suites saves you time, saves you. You post once, and YouTube has a scheduling system. You can schedule it to premiere. I schedule it just not even just to premiere, but to schedule it to come at a certain time because people are expecting it at a certain time. You can schedule it to come at a certain time on that particular day. And get some time for yourself. If you don't feel well, you won't do well. And stay hydrated. That's my last tip. Stay hydrated. I have me some lemon, not lemon, but yeah, I did squeeze lemon in here. I have some lemon, pineapple, and ginger water here. Infused water. It's like a detox water. It's infused water, and trust me, it helps with my stomach because I can't eat everything. And with COVID, we just be shoveling stuff in, and you're like, "Oh, that looks good," and you shovel it in, you're like, "Okay, not so much." But this ginger is good for your intestines. It's good for your insides. Pineapple has a lot of vitamin C. We all need extra C during this time, and pineapple is a good cough medicine. I promise you.
I know that.
I can't do no ginger.
You said you can't do the ginger.
And local honey. You say you can't do ginger?
I can't. I can't. It won't go down. I just and if
you
I
trying
smell
to eat it raw?
No, if I taste it in
Oh, if you
anything,
smell it.
if I smell it, it's just. I mean,
you have a sensitivity.
Yes,
Yeah.
and it makes me nauseous. I don't know.
I'm like that with certain foods too.
Yeah.
I'm so like that. I'm like that. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was just about to say, like, before we get off of here, I guess one more thing where we did hit on a couple of things, like with Sherry saying that when she gets home, it's work hours, and she tries to make that as efficient as she can, and Felicia, she cuts out the TV time during the week, and like, so I feel like for me, a big thing that I struggle with too is working from home. I don't have a separate space. Like, I don't have an office space or even a desk. So for me, working from home is hard. And like I said, after a long day, when I come home, I'm ready to just kind of relax. So before COVID, my solution to that was to get out to these cafes and get work done. But now those are closed. So, or not still, they're open, but they're still not letting people come in to actually sit down. So outside of those two couple of tips, and I know a lot of people may kind of be like that, where they're not necessarily used to being able to work from home. Like you said, when you come in your home office, you're constantly reminded of things that need to get done. So how can we, like, those of us who don't like working at home, kind of get into a better routine of working at home? Like, because like I said, well, I know obviously we both said watching TV and trying to get some stuff done, that don't it's like
a designated space.
Yeah.
Set up when I before I got my office set up, my old kitchen table, there's like a little nook in our bedroom. It's like a little bay window. Our old kitchen table, I set it up in my bedroom. and I put chairs there,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a light over there. So in I put my computer over there, and like filing trays there. So it looked like a little small office. Just set up a little
Yeah.
area for yourself, for even if it's just a table, or if you like to sit on the floor, get a little small table, a little end table. They have those $5 tables you can get at Walmart. You put the little thing over the top, and you can use that as your desk. You can get a one of those trays,
The TV food,
the
the
stand up
TV
TV
dinner
tray,
tray.
the TV tray.
Oh
Yes,
yes.
yes. I sit there and I will use that. And you know what? That has been one of my best things because only my computer will sit there.
Yep.
And I can't
Right.
put my phone and everything else around it. So all the
Mm-hmm.
distraction when you
Mhm.
go to bed at night. This is another tip. When you go to bed at night, intentionally plug your phone in away from your bed. I plug my phone in the other room.
No.
If it
I
rings,
can't.
Right. I didn't know that.
if it rings,
What is?
and I put it on silent
Oh wow.
because if I don't, I'll be like this
Yes. I have that
all
problem.
night
I'll
long.
wake up
I'm
in the
like,
middle of the night,
oh,
pick up my phone, and it'd be hours before I fall back to sleep. I'm like, oh God.
but you know
I'm
what?
glad I don't
I
have
can
those.
tell
I,
you,
I sleep with it
as a
under my
sleep
pillow, but I
trainer,
can't.
that blue light when you click this on like this,
Mm-hmm.
that light that comes in when you click it on. If you go to an app, this blue light, I'm going you see that light right there? That breaks your melatonin. It
Wow.
breaks your melatonin, and when your melatonin, you're like, why am I still up? I'm sleepy. I'm tired. Why am I still up?
Yeah.
And you
Well, I've
wonder why
seen
you're
people
up.
say you're supposed to like unplug about 30 minutes to an hour before you go to bed and kind of
Yes.
put the screens away and everything. That's rough.
Mhm.
But maybe one day I'll try it. Baby steps, we said. Baby steps. But,
Even
you know,
15,
like,
20 minutes before you go to bed, I have a
mm,
routine. I will close down my computer. I go and get me some water, even though the nurse told me don't get the water before I go to bed. But it's just my habit because it's dry here. It's Texas. It's dry here.
mm-hmm,
And so I will drink some water. Of course, I'm up in the middle of the night because I drink water. But even
mm-hmm,
when I go after I get up and go to the bathroom, I come back and I drink some more water because if I don't, I have a dry mouth the next morning, and I'm like, I can't swallow. The
mm-hmm.
first time that happened here, I thought I was sick. I said, "Oh Lord, I ain't got the COVID. Do it, do it. Oh, please don't tell me I got the COVID." But it was just water. I needed some water. I needed to hydrate. That's why I say stay hydrated. So those things help. Set up
Yeah.
your little small desk. Take unplug, like you said, so you can get plenty of rest. When you have plenty of rest, you get more productive done.
Yeah. That's
Definitely.
right. Yeah.
So anyway, last minutes. Okay, we got 2 minutes. Everybody say
Mhm.
something. 2 minutes.
Thank you for having me.
I was
I
waiting
feel
for
like I'm at
Felicia
the
to say
Rail
something.
Talk table or something, you know?
Yes, Angela, thank you. It's always a pleasure coming on Ask the Nanny to share with the nanny community, our ups, our downs, and the in-betweens, right? So, and I'm sure this is going to help somebody somewhere because it already helped me tonight. I've been here taking notes, writing stuff down. I'm like, oh, I didn't know that existed, but let me try. So we're gonna, let's, like you said earlier, let's just continue to support one another and lift each other up. There's room at the table for everybody.
Yes.
Yeah.
Felicia.
I really appreciate you inviting me to this call, and I definitely learned some things. Like, I have a planner that I haven't cracked open, but I'm gonna start doing the color coding. I have,
Mhm.
so many things that I should do, and definitely it's motivated me. Like, hearing how you're working full time, Sherry, and you're still, you have these businesses that are thriving, and it's like, it's motivation, and I hope that whoever watches this will be motivated to, keep pushing forward in their business, or maybe actually launch their business and have some ideas on how to like time manage while they're doing maybe their side hustle, and their business and their full-time job. So, it's definitely been motivating, and I really appreciate being able to talk with you guys and like be a part of the community. It's just, it's something that I've always wanted to do. So, yeah.
But with that said, hold on one second, Angela. With that said, Felicia, I know we're talking about time management, but if you're going into starting something new, you just got to understand, like for first couple of weeks, you got to have to burn some midnight oil. You're going to have to lose a little bit of sleep for those first couple of weeks. I'm telling you, it's not, don't come into a new business saying, oh, I gotta cut off at a certain time. You gotta put in the work and get the thing going. Like Angela said, throw it out there and then chase after it.
That's what I'm saying. I'm sitting here thinking in my mind, when we get done, I'm gonna go and attempt to get these last things in this store, because tomorrow morning it's going up and it's going to be out there, and
exactly.
That's going to be a part of my Tuesday, and that's I'm launching the Amazon store. It's the favorite thing.
We'll be checking it out.
A few of my favorite things. So now, ladies, thank you so much, and thank you for being a part of my community. Thank you for connecting with me. This is my Facebook. Okay, what just happened? Okay, it must be it's time to go. I put on there that I have, and I have it on my board, Facebook Live Connector of Nannies. That's been on it since 2017. I've never put it out there on social media. Last week or this week, one of them, I changed it. And I said, Ask the Nanny, the community connector.
I saw that.
And that's what I was like, why haven't you done this before? Because that's what I am. That's what I do. That's what I love. I love just connecting with nannies all over the world. So, and one thing I want you all to do, when you do your hashtags, hashtag influencer, because we influence the world. We influence the parents through our teaching. We influence them through the products we tell them to buy. Hashtag influencer. When I tell you, I started doing that 2 weeks ago. I have people follow me. I have no clue who they are. But they came on, they saw my stuff, and they were like, click, yes, follow her. Click, yes, follow her. 3 or 4. My YouTube channel is starting to grow. I'm like, where are these people coming from? I don't know. But when I ask for it, it's on my dream board. It's on my vision board to grow my social media, to grow the people around me, to be that community connector. I have to claim it. And now on everything, it's community, it's connections, it's connector, it's an influencer. Hashtag. Find you 3 or 4 hashtags that describe your business, who you are, and always, always, always hashtag them. So when other people look at those hashtags, they see your post. They see you in there. I don't care if they come back weeks later, they see you there. Wow, she got this over here. Oh my gosh, she's everywhere. Yes, all up in that hashtag. Educate, elevate, empower. I know you know these words, Sherry.
That's right. That's right. Fairy God Nanny Foundation, our motto is to educate, elevate, and empower.
There you go. Because my tagline for Ask the Nanny is to educate, elevate, encourage, and empower. Yes. Every time.
That's what it's about.
I don't care if I'm cooking, if I'm out in the pumpkin patch, if I'm changing a diaper, if I'm doing a TikTok, if I'm doing a reel, whatever I'm doing, I'm educate, elevate, empower, encourage, and influencer. Just saying. Now, I'm done. Good night, y'all.
Right. Right job.
Thank you all for watching, and thank you all for listening. Please, please, please show these ladies some love. Sherry at www.thenannycards.com. And we have Felicia at www.honestcarenanny.com. And we have Ashley at www.plentytlccaregivers.com. And subscribe to my YouTube channel. Like me on Facebook and on Instagram. Follow me. Ask the Nanny, ask the Nanny, ask the Nanny all day long. Ask the Nanny. And we will see you all next week. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hold on, I got another comment. Okay, hold on. Somebody said something. Okay. Gotta get all the comments in.
My
Love
cousin
it,
is in
ladies.
the building.
Okay, thank you. Hello, hello, cousin.
Hey.
I had saw a meme
Okay.
that says that people were holding off on buying their planners for 2021 until they see the trailer. So are you ladies buying y'all's planners? Are y'all holding out for next year?
I have mine already.
I bought the blank ones where I could change the dates to whatever I want to.
Okay.
And I have all of these different tabs in there. I don't know if you can see my tabs. This is a plain notebook so that I have Ask the Nanny, all of my businesses on, and I have another one over here that's for personal. So, and I have two more stashed in the closet if these run out. So,
oh my goodness,
planners,
I gotta get on the planner train.
and I'm like you, Ashley. They go somewhere.
Yes.
I work this.
Planner.
This is what I use as my planner.
I like that.
I'm so much better with just writing down things in my notebook with the dividers than I am on the planner because I don't know. It's like something triggers in my brain, like gotta do this now, and I just don't feel like the pressure. But if I write it down in here, oh, I'm good. So whatever works for you, girl.
Yes.
Yep.
And I will see you all. Hello, Angela Robinson. Hi, Rocky. How are you? Thanks for watching. Okay, so I will see you all tomorrow on Recipes Galore, 1:30 Central Time.
Yeah.
2:30 Eastern Time.
2:30 Eastern Time on Instagram and on Facebook. Yeah, have a good night.
We'll see you there. Good night.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.